I literally have zero words for that performance. Usually I say, "How's it going, everybody?" But I know how it's going. It's not going good, is it? But it's Charlie anyway, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. And it's time for your Bournemouth review. Leeds United losing 4-1 down at the Vitality on the South Coast. And it all but confirms relegation, in my opinion, and a lot of the fan base's opinion. Everyone on social media, which I know it's not a great source of data for Leeds United fans, is it? Twitter and such, but the away end sounded toxic from what I could hear, and the brief little clips that I've seen on Twitter before starting this recording. But somehow, if you enjoy this video, please smash a like on it. It'll really help get the video out there and get more eyes on the channel. Please subscribe to the channel as well. Hit that notification bell. And please get all of your thoughts, your opinions, your frustrations in the comment section down below. Feels weird of me asking you to like the video and subscribe after all that. So I apologise if anyone feels like I just care about that sort of stuff. I don't in this moment. There's going to be some expletives in this video, so I'm really not asked at this point. Bloody hell. I can't be fucked with it anymore. I just want this season to be over. Let's get into the lineup first then. So obviously the good news was that we saw Willie Gnonto come back into the side. Other than that though, it was fairly predictable apart from Christensen coming in, which I think we all had heart palpitations when we saw that, thinking that it was going to be Christensen at left back. But what actually transpired was a 3-4-3, which I was actually quite intrigued to see how well it would do. And I actually thought for the first sort of 10 to 15 minutes, Leeds United were the better side. I thought we were on the front foot. The press was quite good. Certain individuals, their passing was better. I felt we were keeping hold of the ball a bit better. We looked a bit solid at the back. Obviously, then Bournemouth grow into the game, as I think we all expected them to, obviously, being the home side. And then just a mad 5 minutes where they score 2 goals. And the first one, I just think, is baffling how Lerma has got all that time just inside the box to curl it past Melier. He's got all the time in the world. He could have took a touch. He could have had a cup of tea and then hit that ball into the net. Don't really blame Melier for that one. But I felt like Lerma could have been tracked. But anyway, then the second goal is 100% Ilhan Melier's fault. The guy is awful. And I think we've all bigged him up a bit too much over the last few years, myself included. I've been guilty of it. The fact that this guy is apparently wanted or being tracked by Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham. What? Do you really think they're watching him at the minute, thinking that he's going to get in their fucking team? Because he's not. He isn't. And I'll be honest, at that point, I knew it was going to be a defeat. But then we were given a glimmer of hope, weren't we? Now, a guy commented on my matchday post on Instagram a little while ago saying everybody called for Gnonto and he's done F all. Well, what about the assist for Bamford's goal? We all know what you get with Willie. Direct, always wants to go forward, but he picked a peach of a ball, swung it in, and Bamford, to be fair to him, good header into the back of the net to make it 2-1. And yeah, a very small part of me was thinking, right, we're back in this game now. And for a period of time up until half-time, Leeds did get back into the game a bit. I felt we started to grow in confidence a bit towards the end of the first half. And at half-time, it was 2-1 to Bournemouth at half-time, but I felt that if the message was right at half-time, if maybe certain changes were made, then we could come out and win this game. But that wasn't to be the case, was it? Because Javi Gracia is a fraud, a clown, tactically inept, just like Jesse Marsch was. We've not improved. We had a bit of a purple patch at the start of his tenure, but that's just all gone out of the window now. We are the worst team in the league. Southampton might be bottom, but they're still showing a little bit of fight. I think they got beat at St James's Park, but they went a goal up. They showed fight. They were trying, they stayed in the game for as long as possible. We were only in that game in total for maybe about 25, 30 minutes of that whole game. And it was a 96-minute game today. I feel sorry for the fans that travelled down to watch that rubbish. Sorry, to watch that shit, because that's what it was. And the third goal, just bad defending. Standard. Solanke. Again, I don't think that one's Mellier's fault, but again, it's just, another goal conceded. Solanke hooks it round him to make it 3. And the fourth goal, he hits it straight at Mellier. Not to either side, straight at him. And it goes through him like he's not even there. And he makes it 4-1. Hammered against Bournemouth. No disrespect to Bournemouth, because they're safe now. 100% safe. 39 points. Leeds, remarkably, still sitting 16th. Obviously, Leicester play Everton tomorrow. What do you want in that scenario? Perhaps a Leicester win just to keep it adrift. But I'll be honest, guys, we are down. We are relegated, in my opinion. People might think, there's still 4 games left, and there's still, there's still enough games to get something, which I would agree with if we didn't have the teams that we've got to play. Man City away next week. That'll be a cricket score, I'm telling you. I think that could be double digits. That's how bad we are. Newcastle at home. Yeah, at Ellen Road, anything can happen, I suppose, but I still don't fancy us to get anything there. West Ham, yeah, they're a bit up and down. Maybe a point at West Ham. Maybe. And then Tottenham on the final day. Yeah, Tottenham aren't exactly in the best of form at the minute, and there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes at Tottenham at the minute. They've got Ryan Mason in charge. The players don't look bothered and all this rubbish, but they'll still come to Ellen Road. On that final day, they'll have nothing to play for. They can just go out and play freely, and I expect them to beat us. So at the most, and this is me being optimistic, another point out of the next 4 at West Ham, potentially. But that's not going to be enough. Really not going to be enough. I see it being Southampton, Everton and us now. Those chants from the away end, we want Arthur out. You're not fit to wear the shirt. Sounded toxic. Twitter is not a good place if you're a Leeds United fan at the minute. I'm sure people in the comments on this video, comments on other YouTubers' videos that'll be doing reactions and stuff, you know, Joe, Connor, Ollie Ward, Kate, well, Max at Leeds lately, you know, ought to know better. They'll all be doing reviews like I am now. And no one is going to be in a good mood. You can tell just by how I'm talking. I just don't have the energy for him. I've never felt so distant and disconnected with this club. You know, yeah, I'm 25 years old, so the majority of my time supporting Leeds hasn't been great, from what I can remember anyway. You know, from being younger. The years under Bielsa were the best years of being a Leeds fan I've ever experienced and probably ever will experience. So, and look, I was one of the people calling for Bielsa to go at the time, but how wrong was I? And I will hold my hands up, and I'm a big enough man to admit that I was wrong. Who knows if Bielsa had kept us up or not, because we didn't get the chance to see that happen or not. But if we'd have gone down under Bielsa, I would have trusted him to bring us back up. Now, I know he wouldn't have signed on anyway. I think it's come out since, you know, that he was always leaving. But how has it got this bleak? How has it got this bad? The toxicity amongst the fans, the disconnect between, you know, the players, the fans, the club, the ownership. I think Connor at One Leeds tweeted out a screenshot of a reply that Andrea Radrizzani had sent to him on Twitter saying, you know, that it's his fault and the fans don't deserve it, and that I can't remember the word that he said, but he was saying that he's basically feeling like shit about it. Well, hello, so are we, paying customers. Whether you're a fan who goes to games week in, week out, like myself, whether you're someone who goes to games when you can afford it, you know, people are probably prioritizing tickets to Leeds games over bills and stuff like that at the minute. And then you run the club like this, bring in the absolute shite transfers that you've brought in. We've got a £35 million record signing, twiddling his fucking thumbs on the bench. What's all that about? I'm so done with it all. Honestly, the sooner this season finishes, the better. I'm going on holiday in like a week and a half. As I've said previously, you know, I will be missing the Newcastle game at home for it, but I'm not even bothered. I am not even bothered in the slightest. It'll be nice to have a week away to just, apart from that Saturday when Leeds play Newcastle, I can just forget about football for a bit because I need it. Because up there, this club is just not good for your health. So I'm sorry to say it, guys, but we have all but confirmed relegation from the Premier League today. Ipswich and Plymouth got promoted to the Championship yesterday, and I actually was thinking we'll probably be playing them next season, and now we will. Can't wait for Ipswich at home on the first game of next season. We are an absolute shambles, and we are very, very bad at playing football. People calling for Grazia to be sacked, I can understand it, but one, I don't think it'll happen. Two, even if it did, whoever comes in has got 4 games to save our season. It's too late. It's already, it's not able to be saved. And, you know, I wish I was someone who could come on here, tell you everything's going to be okay. Say Leeds, you know, Leeds will beat City. We'll beat Newcastle. We'll win them all. We'll win them all. But I'm not. I'm not an happy clapper. I'm not delusional. If you want someone like that, then you might as well just switch off this video. You're just going to get realism from me. spineless, weak-minded squad with a manager who is a fraud, tactically inept, and hasn't got a fucking clue how to manage a Premier League team. And that is why we deservedly will go down. And I'm just going to leave it there because I haven't got any more energy to waste on that bunch of players. So I'm going to take tonight to try and get over it, to try and accept our fate. I will be back live on the channel tomorrow evening for the final say, which should be and hopefully will be a good therapy session where we can dissect not just this game but the whole season and just try and work out how it's got this bad. So if you're about tomorrow evening, make sure you hit that notification bell for when I do go live tomorrow night. I'm not sure of what time it'll be, but it'll be at some point tomorrow night where we can have a good chat and a good therapy session to try and get over the absolute shambolic performance that we've just had to witness once again. If somehow you've enjoyed this video, please smash a like on it. It'll really help get the video out there and get more eyes on the channel. If you're brand new, please subscribe. I'm not always this down and depressed, but I think we all are at the minute. So please subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Hit that notification bell, as I've already said, and get all of your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. And I'll see you tomorrow night for the final say. Try and enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.